Hello! Today I'm launching a new series called Showing Up for Staff, where I share my thoughts on what actually matters when it comes to being a humanizing leader. I'll be combining my driving beliefs and experiences to share how to show up for staff, cut out what isn't essential, and ultimately how to prioritize humans over business. Before we get started, I want to share my motivations into why I wanted to be an administrator. I really just wanted to be the type of leader I wished I had more of when I was a teacher. I didn't go into it for the students, for the families, or even to move up the career ladder. It was truly to be an advocate for staff because it's so frustrating to me how much staff are neglected, deprioritized, or taken advantage of. Even in the educational consulting world, most companies are focused on student impact, and there's not really very many that are focusing on supporting staff and leaders in the workplace, which is why I started Kayvon Consulting. On top of all this, there's so many stereotypes of what makes a good leader, from what you wear to how you talk, or even what initiatives you're pushing. At the end of the day, I believe a good leader is someone who genuinely cares and centers people. So that's what this whole series is about. How do we show up for staff in a genuine way that honors them as people, but also how do we show up in a way that honors us leaders as people too? So let's dive into a very common challenging area: discipline. To clarify, this video is going to address the common daily behaviors, not necessarily the crisis one. So on a scale of 10, with 7 to 10 being crisis level, these behaviors would fall within a 3 to 6 range. The crisis level ones really need their own video. So to keep it simple, what actually matters to staff when it comes to discipline is that they feel supported by us as their administrators. For me, this meant trusting staff as professionals. Regardless of the behavior, I have to trust that staff are making the best decision that they can with the information, resources, skill set, and experiences that they have. It also means trusting that when they reach out for discipline support, that they're seeking out help and believe you are the best person to help them. The way I humanized this was actually inviting staff to be part of the discipline decision-making process. It's so important to me that I take the time to understand their side of the story, as well as consequences that they're thinking of. Most of the time, they already have an idea of what type of consequence they want admin to do. I found by bringing them into the conversation, it also helped create stronger rapport between myself and staff. At first, staff did not feel supported by me when it came to discipline. Either I was too harsh or I was too light. We were never on the same page. It honestly made me feel defeated as an administrator because I just wanted to help, but I was always missing the mark. So by making it collaborative, it not only helped me gauge the severity of the situation, but allowed me to create consequences that match that severity. What I would usually do is offer a couple of consequence suggestions of what I think would be appropriate for me to do, and then give the staff member the option to choose. If the staff member didn't like any of the options that I shared, then we would work together to co-create a discipline solution that we were both comfortable with. I always made sure to follow up with the staff and the student after the consequence was given to gauge the impact of it and also to continue to show support. I found that the follow-up was actually in some ways more important than the initial action I took. I do want to make a note that this is the humanizing side of discipline. However, there's a whole systemic side of discipline too. As administrators, the systemic side requires that we maintain a level of consistency and fairness for all consequences for the whole school, while also considering staff, student, and family input. Also navigating restorative and punitive consequences, and helping build capacity in staff members who may need additional support with developing skills around classroom management. The systemic side is a lot, so if you're interested in that, let me know. I'd be happy to make a video on it. That being said, the most important thing to remember is that the human should always be prioritized over the system. So when you're in doubt or something is unclear, don't be afraid to invite the staff member into the conversation and co-create what moving forward can look like. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is that staff is feeling supported and we're doing the best we can as a team for students. I hope that this video helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you experience the joy of doing something you love today.